Hi everyone, my name is Samantha and I am going to be informing you guys today on my career choice as a personal financial advisor and how I can use this vocation to demonstrate God's values. So Matthew 6:24 states, "No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate one and love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other. No one can serve both God and money." So this Bible verse is one of the reasons that I chose to be a personal financial advisor, so I can help people with this vocation to serve as a platform for promoting God's values, such as family, self-discipline, humility, generosity, and diligence. According to the American Psychological Association, 64% of Americans state that they have been financially stressed or are currently financially stressed. 77% of parents with children under the age of 18 claim that they are financially stressed or have been before. And 31% of partners say that money is the biggest source of conflict in their relationship. There is a significant stress level between families whose income is higher than $50,000 versus families whose income is lower than $50,000. So as a 24-year-old single mother of a 5-year-old whose income is less than $50,000, I fall into all three of these categories. So cultivating a career as a personal finance advisor, I hope to help people develop financial plans that lessen the financial stress in their lives, which will allow them to spend more time appreciating and living out God's values. As I stated before, the some values that God really loves are humility and peace, generosity, self-discipline, diligence, and family. God values humility, and I want to use my career choice to help others remain humble and feel good about themselves and learn how to live off the means that they have, and instead of dwelling on always wanting more. Hebrews 13:5 states, "Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God said, 'Never will I leave you and never will I forsake you.'" So a part of being humble is practicing stewardship. Stewardship is pretty much where you realize that your material items have been blessed to you by God and you use them to fulfill out God's wishes. So by doing that, you can learn to remain humble and understand that just because you don't have everything in the world, you have enough to live a sustainable life. And Americans who classify as poor by the U.S. government statistically would be upper middle class globally. So I have another visual aid here for you guys, and this is the global population divided into three income groups. In the United States right here, 56% of the United States is globally labeled as high income, living off more than $50 a day. 32% is upper middle income, and 12% is only middle income or less. And for the world global population, that divided into three groups is the rest of the world, 56% is considered low income, 13% is middle income, and 15% is poor. So statistically, people who are considered poor in the U.S. are living off more daily than the majority of the world. Being a steward of God goes hand in hand with giving and charitable donations, and God values generosity. And by being a financial advisor, I can assist people with making budgets and putting charitable donations in their budget if that's what they please. And obviously, there's no say that people have to get the charity, but by helping make budgets, I can give people the opportunity to be able to manage their money to be able to give to charity. And this is actually what I'm most excited to work on. I would love to be able to make more money to be able to factor in a charity part of my budget. 2 Corinthians 9:6-8 says, "Remember this, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. In order to have the means to be generous, people have to practice self-discipline and diligence. And God values both of those things, self-discipline and diligence. And that is my number one role as a financial advisor will be to help people create budgets and retirement plans and leave legacies behind. And in order to do that, you have to have good money management. That's what I'm most excited for is allowing people to have the means to have a legacy to give back to their children and help them plan for their retirement. And right now, statistically, half of Americans say they don't have $400 in hand in cash on hand to be able to pay for an emergency, or they don't. And over half of Americans say that they don't have the means or the income to be able to live for a month without any income. They don't have the savings put away. And most financial advisors would advise people to put away 50% of your income for necessities, 30% for discretionary items, and 20% in savings. Out of all of these values, I think God values family the most of all. By coaching families on better money management, I can help them to be able to budget correctly so they won't be as financially stressed. There won't be as many tensions in their household. It'll help lessen their stress within their marriages, which God values marriage as a sacred bond, and it's a promise He will make to each other. And since money being one of the biggest issues within relationships, I want to help people so they don't have that stress and burden in their marriage. And it gives people more financial freedom to spend money on family time and family outings and vacations. And to me, that's a big help to people, because that the family is the greatest value to me too. Deciding to be a personal financial advisor, I think I have the utmost faith that I'll be able to demonstrate these values and help people live out these values. I'm going to end the speech with, let no debt remain outstanding except for the continuing debt to love one another, for whoever loves others has fulfilled the law.